It's Monday and I just finished all of today's meetings. I had 5 meetings today, and then one of them with a photographer was ending early, and so then I texted my florist friend and I was like, today's ending early, let's hop on a floral call. And so we're prepping for this year's weddings, like spring weddings. We're also planning 2026 weddings, and so for my 2026 weddings we're booking, like, you know, all the vendors, photographers, the florist, the, you know, live music for ceremony and cocktail hour. And so it's so fun when we're in this stage, because it's like I get to introduce my couple to all my amazing wedding vendors, and it feels kind of like a meet and greet party, because like everyone gets to meet each other, and everyone gets to get excited and collaborate and like talk about their different skills and how they're going to make their wedding so beautiful and so wonderful. And so it's almost like having my friends meet my other friends, if that makes sense, in the work world. And so it was just a day full of that. And so it was a really, really good day. I feel so happy and so excited for my 2025 weddings and my 2026 weddings and my 2027 weddings that we're booking. It just makes me so happy, and like designing things and, you know, finishing final timelines for this year's weddings and designing weddings for 2026 and 2027 is just like amazing, and I'm just so grateful. So it was a really good day. It was a really good weekend. Spencer and I made pasta together. I filmed a little bit to include. We love cooking together. It's something that we just do for fun. We started it, I think, when we were dating, and I think our first Thanksgiving we spent just the 2 of us, and so we did like our whole Thanksgiving meal together, and it was like so sweet and so special. And so we made pasta together. It was so fun. Margaret started to blow kisses and like come up and say thank you whenever you give her something. And so she was just so sweet. It was a really sweet weekend with just the 3 of us. So feeling really good. Tomorrow my doctor meetings start for the week. I am dreading, but we're just gonna get through it somehow. So, but today was a good day. It is the nighttime and Margaret is asleep, and I'm about to go shower and put myself to sleep. However, tomorrow I'm going to the doctor for the first time. My check-in before was virtual, and so this is my 6-week check-in. It's not with the Pittsburgh hospital, it's with my local doctor. And so I'm going in. I'm really dreading it, guys. I have been dreading it all day. I'm having a hard time even being anything but kind of terrified. So wish me luck. I'm gonna go to bed a very nervous woman. We are on the way to the doctor's, and I brought Margie and Spencer with me for moral support, because I think if I went with myself, I would just sit out for the doctor and not go in. I'm dreading this. I wish this was not happening, but here we are. It is like a necessary evil that must be done. So I don't have a good attitude. I'm just trying to like suppress and beat down the feeling of dread and anxiety and just like keep it together. And so we're on our way. We'll be there about 20 minutes, and I hope that I'm in and out and fast. I'm not gonna let them like do blood work or anything unless they like really convince me otherwise. I feel like anything they try to do, I'm just gonna be like, why do we have to do this? Why is this necessary? Is it necessary? Probably not. That is my mantra going into this. So wish me luck. Wish Spencer luck and patience for dealing with me. Wish the doctors luck for them to deal with me as well. And just hopefully I can make it out at the doctor in record time. I'm having a really hard time. This is the worst. This is terrible. These are not going to keep me here for 5 weeks. I want to go home. The birth control is in. The actual win is over. I'm so grateful and so happy and so peaceful. I had a few moments of panic, but I really kept it together for the most part. I'm very proud of myself. Thankful that Spencer came with me, because I've had a hard time. I held his hand the whole time. Margaret was very into the whole thing. She might be a doctor when she grows up. So happy. we're going home now. Peaceful evening. Got some meetings, got some work to do, and then we're gonna relax and have some wine. I had to dim my bathroom lights because my pimples up on my forehead, I don't even know what's happening. My forehead acne, postpartum going on, is crazy. I've never experienced something like this. So I had the lights on bright in my bathroom and I was like, this looks too bad. This is too much for me. And so we're dimmed. Hello, I was gonna check in before I showered, but I'm getting up really late. And so here we are, post shower. All my makeup to hide my pimples is gone, but I still wanted to check in. On today was a really hectic day. I woke up and was like, oh gosh, my doctor's appointment in person today. And I was like, and then I had a really crazy venue situation happening. It's been like dragging on and on and on. But it like came to a head today, this morning. And it was just like back and forth emails and calls all day up until I went to the doctor. And I had to like put my phone on Do Not Disturb because I was like, I have to get my birth control on my arm, guys. So I told Nate on my team, I was like, I need you to deal with this for the next 3 hours until I'm out. And so either way, as soon as we got home, I put Margaret down to bed and I had meetings until like 8, and now it's like 8:30. But I think the crisis has been solved. It's just funny. As a wedding planner, you never know what kind of circumstances are gonna happen. And I think a lot of people think, oh, you're just managing bride and grooms. But it's really, so much of my job is managing vendors, and most of them are amazing and lovely and wonderful, but there's times you get ones that are not great, and it's like a wedding planner's biggest frustration, dealing with the vendors that don't do their job very well. And so the situation is handled, but it was like stern McKenna came out today. Yeah, but the doctor went really well. I had a few moments where I wanted to run out of the room. I broke out. I get stressed. I get like a rash that comes. It's not hives, but it looks like hives. And so I was like broken out into a rash. And the doctor's like, how are you doing emotionally? And I was like, well, my child passed in my arms, so I'm not doing great, but I'm here. So I'm grateful it's over. It went really, really well. I highly recommend birth control in your arm. What is it called? Flexeron, Expanon, something. I'm a fan. All right, guys. I will see you sometime again this week when something remarkable or talk-worthy happens. But until then, it's gonna keep on keeping on. I picked the coldest day possible to do this. It's like, it's gonna be so quick and easy. It's not quick. It's not easy. It's freezing. And the dirt's frozen. I made a terrible mistake. All the plants are dead. I am so frustrated. It was like, I started the day with like, I'm gonna replant these plants. It's gonna be great. I did not even think that bringing them outside and planting them in dirt that was frozen would kill them, which probably is very obvious to most people. But you guys, I haven't been in the cold weather since I was 12 and now I'm 26. And so it's been a long time for me since I've been in a proper winter. And so the thoughts even crossed my mind, but all the plants besides the 2 are dead, and I'm wildly frustrated. It was so cold. I was freezing out there. I was covered in dirt. And so, I have nothing to show for my hard work besides dead plants. So I've learned from this mistake, but I'm supremely frustrated. And it's kind of gone along with this day. And the last few days, I feel like the doctor's appointments really took it out of me emotionally more than anything else. And being back in the doctor's office was hard. And so my 6-week appointments are over, they're done, I did it, but it was still really hard. And I think I'm in this like second stage of grieving where, you know, in the first stage of grieving, everything was hard, existing was hard. Not only was I in so much pain, but I was just like so sad all the time because of Mary Claire. I would just weep and cry. And so I feel like I'm in this new phase now where some days are good and some days are really bad. But the hard part about that is when you have a bad day, it can sometimes just kind of like surprise you and catch you off guard. And, you know, I feel like when that happens, I'm not as productive as I would be. And so it's hard for me because I have like all these things to do. I'm back into work, and when days like this happen, it's just really hard to like even exist. And so I'm just trying to give myself grace for that and be like, you know, it's only been 6 weeks. You're doing the best you can, but it's okay to be really sad and feel those feelings. Everything you were going to do today can wait. It's like, you know, parenting yourself. If Margaret was going through this, or if Mary Claire was, this is what I would say to them. And so as an adult, you just parent yourself. And so I'm giving my inner self a hug right now. I'm just being like, if you don't get everything done today, that's okay. It's okay to have a really frustrating day. And it's okay to be frustrated that all your plans are now dead. Besides one, like one survived, but the rest of them are just gone, guys. So anyway, frustrating day, exhausting day. I feel really tired. I wonder if I'm getting sick. I don't feel great, but I'm hoping a good night of sleep. I'll wake up tomorrow feeling ready for my meetings. Meetings tomorrow, and then the rest of the weekend will be spent prepping for Betsy's arrival. Betsy's coming, guys. Betsy's coming. And so she's like the closest thing I have to a mom. And so, besides Spencer's mom. And so I'm just so excited to see her. I have not seen her since Thanksgiving, and she's coming to visit for a few days. I'm just really excited. I'm hoping, because she's like driving in, and so I'm hoping that her car has 4-wheel drive because it's super icy, super snowy here. And so we've got to get her up the icy driveway. When she's here, she'll be good. But we're so excited to see her. And hopefully it's a peaceful, happy, cozy, chill weekend with no more plants dying and no more planting plants outside. Guys, I think I have the flu. Woke up not feeling great. I have a bunch of meetings today, and so before they started, I came outside in the snow. I like had the cold zap me awake and like functioning before these meetings started. But man, I don't feel well. I am sick. So wish me luck with all my meetings. I will check in later. But man, the snow. It's just so beautiful. I love it. I feel like God is just giving me snow and miraculously kept my Christmas tree alive because it snowed every day, even when the weather doesn't call for it. And my Christmas tree that was chopped down in November is still alive. So blessings upon blessings, even though I'm sick. I'm sick. I'm so sick. I do not feel well. I had one meeting this morning, and then Spencer and I, both own our own companies. And so we like take turns when we schedule meetings. And so when I'm not taking meetings, Spencer is, and I'm watching Margaret. And when I'm in here doing meetings, Spencer is watching Margaret. And so I was on Margaret duty. She's so cute. She really has gotten into like, just like waving and blowing kisses. And just like, every time anyone walks into the room, she says hi. It's just like, I remember being in the hospital and I'd be like, I cannot wait for like what a normal day feels like that we always take for granted. Because when your life changes like that and suddenly you don't have a normal day, you feel so grateful, and you just realize how normal days are actually the best days. And so I'm just so grateful to like be back to normal, and life seems to be going back to normal, and I'm just really, really grateful. I have 2 more meetings left today, and then I am off for the day. I'll get done around 8 o'clock. Spencer is so wonderful. He's gonna brave the snow and grill us steaks for dinner. And so I'm really excited to get off work to go eat steaks. Tomorrow we're going out to dinner with friends, and then Betsy's coming in town on Monday. And so I feel so excited to see her. And just really excited for next weekend. I have my first wedding back in March, and so I'm excited about the future and like all the things that are coming up, but also there was just so many times this week where just, everything that happened hit me like a flood wave. And so it's like getting into the new normal and kind of like just like stopping in those moments and being like, yes, it was terrible and this is so sad. And like, you know, watching Margaret, I'm always so struck that I should have two, and that, you know, I just think she would loved having a little sister. And so I think that's something that's super, super hard. It's just every time I see Margaret, I just think, oh, Mary Claire, I wonder what Mary Claire would have done. And so I'm super grateful, but I'm also super sad at the same time. So it was a good week. It was a hard week, and we've made it another week. So I hope you guys have a great weekend. I hope that wherever you are happy and full of joy, and I will see you guys next week, post Betsy visit, or during it. I'm gonna check in throughout it. But have a good week, guys, and I will see you soon.